We are 48 hours removed from Night of No Impact, No Impact as they called it. Um, and I hate to say, it wasn't that. Sad, 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 sad. You had Thesaurus doing commentary. Like, where the hell he come from? Tay Rock and Chess beating up a fan before the event. You got Ace Amin versus True Foe. True Foe chokes all 3 rounds and have to redo the battle for better footage because y'all trying to push True Foe. Oh my God, this is the reason why the URL is falling apart. Cue that intro. Nothing about this night screamed to be night of main events, nor did it really scream double impact. Besides the fact that it was 2-on-2s, and that's what double impact is. It's 2-on-2s. But when you break it down and you really look at it, night of main events is basically an event where majority of all the battles that's on the card are supposed to be main events, which coincides with double impact. It's saying they're all 2-on-2s, but not all main events. They share one common goal, which is this is supposed to be a star-studded event on both spectrums. It's supposed to be basically the all-star game. So, with you having known, it's supposed to be star-studded regardless. These are all main events. These are high-profile matchups that we all would basically like to see on different other cards that would be main events. And with double impact, because they're 2-on-2s, you're still supposed to bring all the stars out. These are supposed to be 2-on-2 teams with top names to sell that card by itself as an all-star game. And so it's known. The problem that you have putting both of these events together into one is you fall short on your stars. You have no stars on this card. Real stars, you know what I'm saying? Like people, names that people want to see. With that being said, you have 4 of your new rookie talents on this card. Why are they there? Yeah, we know you're trying to push them, and you also need filler or fluff to build the card, fill the card. And, you get these guys at a cheaper price to pay the names that you do have a little bit more money. So you have Swervo, Seflerso, Foots, and Authentic all on this card. Why are they there? And then you match them up with, still low, mid-tier type guys, and it doesn't really translate very well. All the negative takeaways outweighs any of the positive. The event was about 7 hours long, and that within itself was chaotic. You know what I'm saying? So you had a lot of downtime in between battles where you're doing commentary, where you got commentary from New Nails, Thesaurus, and Jay Black. This didn't translate well. You know what I'm saying? So you're using all this commentary time in between battles, which is not appealing. It's disengaging. No one cares for it. You know what I'm saying? We're here for the battles. Get to the battles. So everything that could possibly go wrong, just putting this card together, basically went wrong. And we're just going to break some of these down. Let's start with it being slated for 5 battles total. So, opening event, they had a surprise battle. The surprise battle, to me, in my opinion, up until the main event, would probably be Battle of the Night. It was Swervo and She Happens versus Authentic and Kid Slade. Now, let's just start backwards. Let's start with the fan vote, the caffeine fan vote. The caffeine fan vote had Authentic and Kid Slade winning 73 to like 27, something like that, right? When in fact they didn't win at all. Swervo and She Happens basically took the first two rounds clear. I think the third round is debatable, but Swervo and She Happens definitely took the first two rounds clear. There's no debating. However, I think because the URL is still invested in Kid Slade, that they want to try to get him pushed out there a little bit further to build his stock back up, to get him back to where he was supposed to be going, because he was on this streak, he was on his run and projected to be the next star up, the next guy up, until the whole Tay-Rock battle happened and, you know, the paperwork and everything comes out. The problem with that is you had put your fans, your fan base in a divide where, you know, you have your half that's not messing with him, you got your half that is still messing with him. But however, it was so damaging that it caused a buzz and it killed his stock. Ever since that Tay-Rock battle, this is his second battle since. The last one being Shotgun Suge, and now you have him on a surprise battle on a 2-on-2. So just look where his trajectory went and how it just nosedived. He went from being next guy up, being undefeated, winning all of his battles. Even supposedly he won a Tay-Rock battle. I just refused to watch that battle. Even though he supposedly won a Tay-Rock battle, but ever since then, his stock has plummeted. It's nosedived. So I think that the URL still has major investments in Kid Slade and they want to get him back up to where he was. But it's hard when you're doing things like gave him Shotgun Suge. That also hurt him. He lost that battle. Now he's not only opening up a card, but he's not even actually labeled to be on a card, and he's opening the opening of a card. You know, he's a surprise battle. I think they made him a surprise battle because, you know, I don't think nobody was gonna probably feel it, or, you know, you're gonna have people that be like, oh man, what is this shit? So it's a lose-lose situation. It's hard to call. But I wouldn't be surprised because of the caffeine vote. And I think, you know, how they always been saying that the caffeine votes are fixed and everything like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they have Kid Slade and Authentic winning on the app. I wouldn't be surprised because, like I said, I believe they're still trying to push Kid Slade back up into a position to build him up again to be where he was projected to go. And they already like Authentic as well. So with that combination, I believe that I wouldn't be surprised that they win on the app. Just my opinion. Okay, so starting the night of the actual announced event, you had the Foot Soldiers versus the PG Killers. Boy, what kind of names are these? Foot Soldiers? I think when you say Foot Soldiers, I think of, you know, the minions of Master Splinter. You know, like the Turtles and, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But, all right, so Flair, Soul, and Foot versus John Don and DNA. In the face-off, it was just Soul to Flair by himself. Foot couldn't make it. He was delayed, something like that. And, you know, he stood his ground, but I think he overdid it. And I believe that comes from the talks of how they keep saying that P is the mastermind behind pushing all the DMV guys and, you know, making all these DMV guys go at the, you know, the more established guys, the veterans, and this whole brash bravado and just, disrespecting these guys and just talking crazy. And, he was saying, like, how does he feel like he don't feel like John is a legend or top tier, and same thing with DNA. DNA is boring, is that and the third, and just disrespectful. And this is a guy who's only been in the league or in battle rap, 32 6 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like smack. Who is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like who is this guy? But it's one of those, like, all right, whatever. Don't put your foot where your mouth is, because you're gonna eat those words. And true indeed, you better believe they ate them words. John and DNA are called the PG killers, respectfully, in their own right, because they both stole that name from each other, I guess. I don't know how that came about, but yeah, they beat the dog shit out them boys. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. They beat the dog shit out them boys. 3-0 for sure. Like, them little niggas had no chance. And I think it's because they already put their best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come in, you have a breakthrough performance, you get a buzz, okay, they like you. The community is buzzing about you, you know what I'm saying? They push you up. Then you get your next second best look. Sosa Flair had Rum Nitty. Foots had, who did Foots have? I forgot. Doesn't even matter. But they had some very big, strong names their last showing, their last event. And, they still gave them praise, even though I think they lost both those battles. Still gave them high praise. Said, these are the next guys up. These guys are different. You know what I'm saying? Yada, yada, yada. You put them in front of who you consider, or what the community jokingly considers, two of the most wackest MCs in battle rap, two of the most boring, or, you know what I'm saying, respectfully, whatever you say about them. You put them in front of these guys and they get dogged walked. I'm talking about obliterated. Like, they had no chance whatsoever. And it was a weird combination, because just the announcement of John and DNA, you don't necessarily know how that will work together, even though they are the PG killers. You don't necessarily know how that works, but it worked to perfection, like a motherfucker. They obliterated them niggas. Like, I can't say that enough. So now URL has to go back to the drawing board with these niggas. Like, all right, so you gave them some top tier, mid tier like names or whatever. So now who do you give them next? Because they just got their ass beat together. So I don't know, but that wasn't battle of the night. That was body of the night for sure, but definitely not battle of the night. I believe the next one was T-Top and Swamp versus Av and Fonz. Lackluster. Fonz and Av did not translate well. Like the first time around when they teamed up, it didn't translate well. I expected way much more from them. I expected them to probably beat T-Top and Swamp. Just because, you know what I'm saying, you got two heavy punchers going against an angler, and I don't know what you really call Swamp. Swamp is all around. So I didn't expect T-Top and Swamp to beat Fonz and Av. But yeah, they did. Because Fonz and Av was ass. They were ass. They didn't pick up to the third. I got T-Top, Swamp, possibly 2-1, maybe 3-0. Have to watch it again, but really don't really care. It doesn't have replay value. It doesn't. Go back to the surprise battle. Swervo, She Happens, Authentic, Kid Slade have replay value. She happens. Performer of the night. She was wilding. She was getting off. Has high replay value. And she performer of the night, and I believe that battle might be a battle tonight. So yeah, I really wouldn't probably care too much to see Av and Fonz T-Top Swamp again. I mean, I might just brush past it when I'm bored, give it a look over, but there's nothing to write home to mama about. You know what I'm saying? So moving on. Next up, we had Calico Hollow to Don versus Shotgun Suge and O-Red. I really wanted to see that battle, only because Suge was on it. No, that's my man. I fuck with Suge. Probably the worst battle of the night. Probably was. It was a dud fest, and shout out to Shotgun Suge, the only person that was on stage that was better than everybody else. Not the whole entire card, but I'm just saying everybody else in that matchup. He was better than Calico, Hollow, and O-Red. O-Red lost his damn voice in the half of the second round. You know, he's useless. He was over aggressive, like Calico was saying in the face off, like, man, he might take this personal, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and it seemed that way. Like, O-Red really was like extra in my sense. But let's not even talk about them. Let's talk about Calico and Hollow. What in the entire fuck were y'all doing? And I credit that to Calico. I credit that to Calico because Calico is not a 2-on-2 person. You know what I'm saying? He's more of a 1v1 type guy. And you know what I'm saying? Like, he likes to rap at his own, you know what I'm saying? He likes to rap to his own beat, his own drums and everything like that. So Calico is not a 2-on-2 guy. So it showed that he didn't take this shit serious whatsoever. And I believe Hollow was just there just cause, you know what I'm saying? So to me, it seemed like they really didn't have nothing really prepared. And they had like small glimpses of it, like, you know what I'm saying, where it could have been like, all right, this is cool, this is good. I think that was the first round. The second and third was just definitely just like, what the fuck is this? Third round, Calico sits down and falls off the stage. This was just a shit show at the highest rate of being called a shit show. This was just terrible. And, you know, just like I said, I give all credit to Shotgun Suge. Suge was definitely doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Can't really fault Suge. Suge was definitely MVP for that battle. And to me, as of to date, for 2023, Shotgun Suge is front runner for Champion of the Year to date, in my opinion. I mean, if you want to challenge that, go right ahead. Prove otherwise. But as of right now, yeah, Suge is leading the forefront because he has the most battles this year so far. So, with that being said, on to the next one. Next up, we have Miss Hustle and Danny the Myers versus Wild Cards, Lou Castro and Jerry West. Jerry West and Lou Castro got this. No debating. Gentleman's 30. Hustle and Danny's best round was the first round, and you could say it's debatable, but given the fact how the second and third went, I automatically just say Jerry West and Lou Castro, Gentleman's 30. But they got the second and third clear. There's no debating on that. So the first round being debatable, I'm taking that out. I'm just giving it to Jerry West and Lou Castro. Danny Myers, Jesus Christ, boy. He definitely got through under the bus by Miss Hustle. She said that she knew that this nigga wasn't prepared. Uh, she skipped the face off because she was in her hotel room rehearsing her rounds because she didn't have her third locked in. She said all up until, you know, the face offs and everything. She's been trying to get Danny on the phone, trying to get in contact with him and everything like that. He kept sending her off, telling her that he got it. You know what I'm saying? He got his stuff or whatever, you know, and she knew he was lying. And it basically showed. Uh, his interview, I believe, 15 Minutes of Fame, I believe it was. I'm not sure. His interview, he was basically trying to say that because he heard all the buzz that Denny was going to have to carry the battle and, you know what I'm saying, he was going to be basically doing all the work. He said, nah, he wanted to take a step back and let Miss Hustle shine because she was the only female on the card. So he wanted more of her. He wanted her to be more of, you know what I'm saying, the focal point and let her, you know what I'm saying, do her thing. And that shows because she basically had to carry that nigga. She even said that she was saying his parts in the rounds where, you know what I'm saying, he didn't even know his shit. So it showed, and you know, you can tell she was highly upset. She was very disappointed. You know what I'm saying? She definitely didn't want to. She definitely didn't want to go down like that, and that's the reason why she was advocating and fighting for Suge to be her partner because it would have been wild crazy. So like, yeah, Suge was the best one on his team in his battle, and Miss Hustle was the best one on her team. And I ain't gonna necessarily say in her battle because Jerry West and Lou Castro, they was fucking Danny up. Even though some of the, you know, some of the Miss Hustle bars was not necessarily like cringy like, but it's kind of like who's the where's the human resources in battle rap? Because you know what I'm saying, you gotta file sexual harassment the way them niggas was talking, boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they was on some wild shit, but you know, it's battle rap. And you a female that think you can rap with the big boys, then you know what I'm saying, you gotta get this work. Sorry. But yeah, yeah, they obliterated Danny, bro. They, oh my God. Let's talk about how almost practically everybody had a Easy to Block Captain bar, or they talked about the trenches, they talked about the contracts, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about current events, like all this stuff that had just been playing out from Easy's last event to all the way up to now. Now everything just, all current events just played all the way up until now. Yeah, everybody pretty much talked about it in a sense. You know what I'm saying? But Danny had got the smoke the worst, and he got booed because he said, y'all want me to talk about trenches? And they said, boo. They, no, niggas, like, shut up. We know you's a peon, you's a goofball, bro. Like, beat it. So, yeah, I don't even want to talk about that shit no more, man. Next. Last but not least, main event, Tay-Rock Geechee versus Rum Nitty and Twerk. It didn't live up to the hype. I think going into it, because it was a night of rematches with this battle, because everybody done battled everybody out of all four of them. It has to be the main event because these are your biggest four superstars on your platform. All four of them. So this the reason why it has to be the main event. And you know, Twerk and Rock are friends, and Geechee and Rum are friends, and squad members under EFB. So you don't pair them up respectfully like that in that terms. You just spread it out, mix it up type thing. And yeah, it didn't live up to the hype. But it was definitely entertaining. Rum and Twerk, first two rounds were phenomenal. Even though it just felt like they was rapping for like 10 minutes each round or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they rounds was long as shit. They had a lot of great material. They really did. Does it beat Tay Rock and Surf the first time they teamed up? No, it doesn't. It wasn't that memorable or impactful to me, in my opinion, but it was definitely good. It's up there as, you know what I'm saying, one of the best 2-on-2 performances. It's pretty much up there. They had some shit. Rock and Geechee, yeah, first round. It's I don't know what they was thinking about. It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good in the sense that it made the first round debatable. Twerk and Rum got the first round clear. The second round, they picked it up a little bit more. Rock and Geechee, they picked it up a little bit more in the second round, but I don't think it was enough to beat Twerk and Rum second round. So that's already 2-0. Battle's pretty much over. Third round, Rock goes crazy. He goes crazy. He does basically normal Tay Rock 101 type, you know what I'm saying, type shit. He definitely goes crazy. And Geechee, he had splashes of what Geechee used to be, or how, you know what I'm saying, how he used to do things. He has splashes. So the third round, definitely, I have to give that to Rock and Geechee. Rum and Twerk wasn't bad, so I can't necessarily really call it 3-0 for Rum and Twerk. I really can't call it 3-0, but definitely 2-1 in my opinion. But again, lackluster. It was kind of like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it. So if I had to give a grade on this card, on this event, I would have to give it 4 thumbs down, because I wish I had more hands. Oh my God, this shit was butt, bro. Like, and for $25, wasn't worth it. So you have 2 back-to-back duds for $25. You had Kings versus Queens. That was a thumbs down. That was terrible. And now you have this Gnome Impact bullshit. Super terrible. Like, so now you have to think that your marquee event, which is basically the Super Bowl of battle rap, Summer Madness, has to be worse than both those last 2 cards that I mentioned. It has to be. There's no other way around it, because your 4 top superstars, Rock, Geechee, Rum, Twerk, all 4 of them has pretty much battled everybody. So who do you give them to make Summer Madness anywhere near to be interesting? You will have to do some out of this world shit in order for you to make up what Summer Impact is supposed to be. Therefore, you have to kiss Easy ass, bring him over there, and book him against Rock. Even though I don't know if anybody still wants to see it or not, but you will have to bring Hitman over there to battle Geechee to make that worth saving the event. That's 2 back-to-backers. That's good. I believe you have to bring somebody. Oh, A-Ward. You have to bring A-Ward in, probably for Twerk. You have to do that. Verd versus Swamp. That's good. That's already 4 top battles that will make Summer Madness great again. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I don't see it happening. I don't see URL bending a knee or kissing nobody's ass to, you know what I'm saying, make that production what it's supposed to be or great. I believe they're going to just match up a bunch of bullshit that we don't want to see, and that's just going to be that. But that's my time. That's my take on it, man. It's your boy, CL Smooth. Another episode, Everyday Gumbo. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. Next time we spin the block. Until next back time, same back channel. Holla at your boy.